Hello, if you're watching this, you're likely an important stakeholder, and a marketer would like you to consider whether your brand might benefit from using clearer or more direct language in your content. If you can spare me 270 seconds, I'd like to help them make that case. Broadly, there are three reasons why a clearer, more readable writing style might work in your favour. Number one, I'm going to go out on a limb and guess the decision makers you're creating content for are busy. Clear writing shows you respect their time. When you say what you mean, it's measurably faster to read, and it reduces the chances that they will get frustrated with you or ignore your content altogether if they don't have the time to read it. Secondly, clear, straightforward writing is a better fit for the contexts where most B2B decision makers will read what you write. Often, it will be surrounded by lots of other messages. It might be an email inbox. It could be a social feed. But the chances are there's lots competing for their attention. You don't have very long to make it clear what you want to say. Most of them will be reading on a mobile device, and that already adds a layer of cognitive load equivalent to reading in a second language. And of course, a lot of them might already be reading in a second language. Let's not make it harder for them than it needs to be. Number three, using clearer language helps your reader to trust you. That might feel counterintuitive. From school through university into our careers, we get very used to using long words and complicated sentences to show what experts we are. But think about it. Who do you really trust? Is it politicians or salespeople who use long words to try and impress you and leave themselves a little bit of wiggle room? Or is it the people who use their expertise to explain things in a really clear, engaging way and communicate openly with you? The behavioral economist Daniel Kahneman wrote about this in Thinking Fast and Slow, and he said, if you care about being thought credible and intelligent, do not use complex language when simpler language will do. And he was a Nobel laureate, so he knew what he was talking about. He goes on to cite research from Danny Oppenheimer at Princeton that says familiar ideas couched in pretentious language are taken as a sign of poor intelligence and low credibility. Right now, because you're smart, you are probably thinking, yeah, but we work in a highly technical, maybe regulated industry. We cannot afford to dumb down. Nobody would take us seriously. And you are absolutely right. For your content to be effective, you need to speak the language that your audience really uses in your industry. There will be specific technical terms, specific jargon that everyone uses, everyone understands. We don't want to cut that. But when you listen to how these people really talk, they're going to be using those terms in very short, very clear sentences. They don't have to sound like an academic paper in order to express themselves, and neither do you. To illustrate that point, we can use readability algorithms like Flesch-Kincaid grade level and Flesch reading ease score. What they show us is that the average B2B marketing content is measurably harder to read than a broadsheet newspaper, say, or a magazine like Time or The Economist. There's probably a big gap between that kind of a level and what you do now. So you've got lots of scope to improve your readability and stand out from your competitors without ever going into territory that's really dumbed down at all. I'll put links to the research in the post, and I'll be sharing more information and detail about aspects of this and how it all works. Or if you'd benefit from any training or a more in-depth conversation over Zoom, I'm happy to help. Thanks for watching, and good luck.